Breaking the wall to science education through mentorship. Sándor Krug, Romanian Science Festival, Romania.
So a month ago, I participated, I gave a science presentation in a classroom in Romania, and the feedback I received from a 10-year-old child was, finally, this is a science class that is not boring after the first 5 minutes. This is what we've been doing for the last 3 years with the Romanian Science Festival. We've been making science more engaging for the school children in the country. So why did we start the Romanian Science Festival? We noticed that the science education in the country is very theoretical. There is a lack of practical examples. There's a lack of science experiments inside and outside of school context. Secondly, there is a lack of role models. A large number of scientists have emigrated from the country in the last few years in what is a big brain drain phenomena. I have left the country when I was 18 to study astronomy in the UK, as this topic you couldn't study at schools in the country. So through the Romanian Science Festival, we want to bring back the Romanian academics from the academic diaspora to be seeds of inspiration to school children in the country. So how do we do this? First, we created a community of over 100 scientist mentors from the academic diaspora who are keen to be involved in the festival and to give something back to the country. Secondly, we paired them with teams of school students from the country, and together they worked for 2 months. They trained the students to design some science experiments across a wide range of science disciplines. The students themselves, then they present these experiments to the general public. So they become scientists themselves and present the science and the phenomena behind the experiments to the public. So through the science mentorship, we actually increase the science engagement in Romania. Then we work together with teachers. Over the years, we created a network of over 200 teachers who are engaged in our activities and who then continue to do science experiments in the school, even after our events. So I know a video is 1,000 words, so I'm going to show you a video that summarizes the activities that we're doing. So we organize big science fairs across different cities in the country. We organize them in city centers, in big student halls. We have a wide variety of sciences represented: physics, astronomy, robotics, chemistry, biology, earth sciences, mathematics, we even have some art. So this is all the hard work of student volunteers, mentors, and teachers. Now, we don't only do one-off events. We want to create a systematic impact through the science education in the country. So through the community of 120 mentors that we have currently from the Romanian academic diaspora, this is one of the largest networks of Romanian academics. So it's a precious resource for science and social capital. Then, through the volunteers, we see them, they become more engaged. They come back to our events every year. And they start their own initiatives. And some of them went to study sciences at university. This year, we had 25,000 participants in our in-person events. Actually, the mayor of one of the towns where we organized the Science Festival said they haven't seen such a big crowd since the fireworks on New Year's Eve. But we don't only do activities physically. During the pandemic, we couldn't. So we also moved online. We organized events online. We were one of the first Romanian education NGOs to do this. We organized 58 science webinars online, which is one of the biggest resources for science in Romanian language online. We organized 200 meet scientist sessions with our mentors. Now it's easy to connect a mentor from Australia with someone in a remote place in a country. And through our online activities, we reached 100,000 people over the years. So I'm a scientist, I like numbers, but what draws me into this project and what's interesting for me is the story of the 10-year-old child that I told you in the beginning. So science should not be boring, it should be engaging, and should be shared by mentors like you and me. So I leave you with our motto, don't be bored, be curious. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sandor. I'm just also, before I pick you, the audience is a little bit shy until now, so I might have to, oh yeah, okay, I'll come to you next. But first there.
How the community scientists are selected. Can you talk about the selection process?
Sure. So we started this project 3 years ago. We went through, for example, our networks. I've studied, actually the team that started the Romanian Science Festival, we're all from University of Oxford, where we were involved in science engagement activities. And we have friends who also are scientists abroad. We started our network quite locally, and then one person brought another, and this is how we've grown. So now we've grown with scientists from all over the world. We have scientists from Japan, from Australia, from the US, Germany, Netherlands, and so forth. So it's sort of growing naturally, I would say. But we also reach out to the scientists that we find in meetings like this, Romanians, and who are keen to be involved in this project.
And Tasha.
A really cool project, thank you. I was wondering how long the mentorship program is and whether you see any change in the scientists and whether you track that. Does it change the way they relate to their work? And yeah, what does that do?
It's a very good question. So we start the mentorship about 2 months before we have the science festivals. During this time, they meet online with the students, and then 1 week before, we actually bring the scientists to the country where they work together for an intense week. After the event, some of these programs continue. So they continue the mentorship. They keep in touch. They mentor them, for example, for different competitions that they might sign up to. They also mentor them for university and so forth. So we see this continuing. Regarding the impact to the scientists, we see them that they're more engaged. So first we created a community, so there's a happiness and eagerness to be involved, and there's this sense of giving something back to your education system, which where you started. So we see this becoming very important, the community.
Jean-Claude.
Yes, yeah, thank you for your presentation. So how do you, you cover a lot of sciences, but how do you cover the questions you deal in the sciences? So is it just about the wonderful world of science, or is it targeted to what young people are concerned about today?
So we represent a wide range of sciences, as you've seen. The content itself, so which sciences are represented and what questions we address, are actually set up by the mentors. So they are the scientists who are the experts in a particular topic. So let's say I'm an astronomer in Germany. So I will mentor a team that is interested in astronomy. So I look at the most relevant questions now in the topic. For example, what is dark matter, dark energy? And we're trying to design projects, experiments, that would demonstrate this. So for example, this year we had an experiment that shows the transit of an extrasolar planet.
I think, yeah, we're out of time. I saw more questions popping up, but I think we have to save them for the lunch break. Thank you, Sandor.
Thank you very much.